My family excluded my adopted daughter from a wedding, so I quietly stepped away without arguing. Now, my phone is flooded with their apologies. My name is Claire, and I'm the eldest of 3 sisters. Growing up, that meant I was the dependable one, the organizer, the caretaker, the one who fixed things when our parents were too exhausted or preoccupied. He never protested. Olivia, the middle sister, was the star, always drawing eyes. Hannah, the youngest, was the spoiled one, getting away with everything. I was the one left to tidy up their messes. Things shifted slightly when I became a mother, but not much. My daughter, Mia, age 3, has deep, thoughtful eyes and a quiet way of studying the world, as if she's still unsure it's safe. I'll never forget crying in the car after her first day at preschool when she called me Mom. I made a vow to her then and there. She'd never feel unwanted in my family, but I couldn't keep that promise. Last spring, Olivia announced her engagement with a grand reveal, a sparkling ring, and a lengthy social media post. I congratulated her, and Mia even crafted a card. Cutting out tiny hearts and sticking them on with too much glitter, Olivia called it cute but left it forgotten in her car, crumpled under a coffee cup when I found it weeks later. Mia was still thrilled about the wedding, browsing dresses online and asking if she should wear her hair in a braid or loose. I could see her nerves, but also her hope to be part of it. Then the invitation arrived. It was extravagant. Heavy cardstock, silver edges, probably pricier than my monthly electric bill. I opened it at the kitchen table while Mia worked on her homework nearby. It listed the venue, dress code, RSVP details, and then I saw the note. Adults only, 18 and older, no exceptions. I read it again, thinking I'd misread, but I hadn't. Mia caught the look on my face and said, "She doesn't want me there, does she?" I replied, "It's an adults-only event." She paused, then asked, "Is it because I'm adopted?" Her words broke something inside me. She said it so matter-of-factly, like it was a truth she'd already accepted. I told her no, but I knew what she meant. This wasn't the first time. There had been other moments, subtle slights, offhand remarks. My mother once called Mia Claire's daughter, never our granddaughter. Olivia referred to her as your kid, like she was talking about a stranger's child. On family trips, Mia would offer to help with dishes, and no one would acknowledge her. I tried to believe it was unintentional, but this was different. I went online, clicked not attending, and gave no explanation. I thought that was the end. The next day, Olivia texted, "Saw your RSVP. Everything okay? It's just an age rule, nothing personal. We're applying it to everyone." Except Mia's her niece, and she's 17, not a toddler. I didn't reply. Then Hannah texted, "You're not coming? What's going on?" My mother called next. She rarely calls just to chat, so I braced myself. "Claire," she said, "I heard you're skipping the wedding. Is this really about the age restriction? Mia's almost 18. Don't make this harder for your sister." I said, "Mia's not invited. I'm not going without her." She paused, then said, "It's just one evening. Don't punish Olivia." I repeated, "We're not going," and hung up. Then the group chat exploded. "Hannah, you're blowing this out of proportion. It's not just Mia. Nobody's kids are invited." My mother sent a long message about family harmony and sacrifice, about how hard it is to mediate. I didn't respond. Mia deleted the dress photos from her phone and stopped mentioning the wedding. She didn't cry, and that hurt most. She wasn't surprised. She'd already learned what I'd tried to ignore for too long. By Christmas, no one had apologized or even acknowledged it. I decided quietly, no more. If you'd asked me a decade ago about motherhood, I'd have pictured birthday cakes, sticky hugs, and glittery crafts, not shielding a child from people who claim to love her. I didn't invite them for the holidays. No announcement, no fight, just silence. And that silence seemed to hit them hardest. When Mia came into my life at 3, she was solemn, with big hazel eyes and tight curls, watching everything like she was preparing for a test. She didn't trust easily, didn't laugh on cue, didn't leap into my arms, but when she grabbed my hand in the store one day, unprompted, I sobbed in the parking lot for 10 minutes. My husband, Nathan, said, "That's when she chose you." I've been choosing her ever since, but my family never knew how to handle her. At first, I thought it was just adjustment. Mia didn't look like me, didn't share our last name, didn't chatter like the other kids. My mother called her the little girl instead of Mia. Olivia once asked, "Will you tell her she's adopted when she's older?" With Mia standing right there. Hannah's kids got custom holiday gifts from our parents. Mia got a generic basket with a Happy Holidays tag. It was subtle, easy to dismiss if you wanted to, but Mia noticed. She always noticed. I tried to be understanding. I explained, I redirected. When Mia was 6, she told my father she wanted to be a painter, and he chuckled. "You'll need a real job." At 8, she drew a picture of our family, me, Nathan, her, and gave it to my mother, who said, "Nice," and set it aside. Mia asked why it wasn't on the fridge like her cousin's drawings. I had no answer. The first time I really lost it was at Hannah's engagement party. She'd invited us via a group text, no personal note, just time and place. We went anyway, thinking persistence would change things. Mia wore a soft yellow dress and shoes she'd picked herself, nervous but eager. She stayed close to me the whole time. Hannah gave us a quick nod before turning to someone else. We left after 20 minutes. In the car, Mia said, "I don't think she likes me." I said, "She doesn't know you." She replied, "She's had 10 years. I had nothing to say. I think they never fully accepted that Mia was permanent. Like they expected I'd have a real child someday, and Mia would fade into a charming memory. For her 16th birthday, we rented a community center and displayed her artwork. She didn't want a loud party, just her paintings, cupcakes, and people who cared. She sent invitations to family, friends, teachers. Olivia and Hannah didn't show. My parents arrived late with a card labeled "To a Sweet Girl" and a $20 bill. Mia thanked them and helped clean up. Later, I found one of her sketches of me, Nathan, and her at the party, but our faces were blank. That's when I stopped hoping they'd change. When the wedding invitation excluded Mia, I didn't argue or beg. I told her we weren't going. She nodded and said, "Okay." That night, she asked, "Do you think they noticed we weren't there?" I said, "Yes, because I needed her to know she mattered, even if they didn't act like it." We spent the wedding weekend at home. Nathan made pancakes, Mia sketched in the living room, and I finished a novel. It wasn't defiance, it was calm. For the first time, I noticed how much noise I'd been enduring for years. I decided not to host Christmas. For years, I'd done it out of duty, cooking for people who barely smiled. This time, I didn't. Nathan asked if we needed extra chairs. I said no. He didn't press. Mia didn't ask. When the group chat buzzed with, "Who's bringing pie to Claire's?" and "Are we doing Christmas Eve at your place?" I didn't reply. My silence was louder than any argument. By mid-December, they noticed. Hannah: "Claire, are we doing Christmas at yours? What should I bring?" Olivia: "We'll be 5 again. Let me know if Mia needs anything, if she's even coming." That last part stung, as if Mia's absence from their wedding was her fault, not theirs. I didn't clean the house or buy a roast. I didn't set up extra chairs or drag out the table extension. They started calling. My mother, Hannah, Olivia, my father. Voicemails: "Claire, what's going on? Your mom's worried. It's not too late to fix this." As if hosting them would erase what they'd done. We didn't have anyone over. Nathan and I made pasta in our sweatpants. Mia baked lopsided cookies, and we watched movies. We laughed freely, no tiptoeing, no decoding snide remarks. It felt right. Then their messages changed. December 26th, Olivia in the group chat: "It's sad Claire's made it impossible to connect with Mia." Hannah: "If you cut off family over every issue, you'll end up alone." My father: "This is cruel, Claire. I'm sorry, but it is." My mother emailed a photo of their Christmas tree. "It wasn't the same without you. Mia would have loved her gifts." The gifts weren't for Mia. They were bait to pull me back. I didn't reply. A week later, a card arrived, my mother's handwriting. Inside: "Think about the example you're setting. Mia will learn to push people away." That hit me, because it's exactly what I want her to learn. Not to discard love, but to refuse love that demands she diminish herself. Mia didn't ask about the messages, but I knew she felt the tension. She's always been observant, quietly piecing things together. One night, sketching on the couch, she asked, "If I wasn't adopted, would they care about me more?" I sat beside her. "They might hide it better, but their issue isn't you. It's how they treat anyone who's different." She nodded and said, "I don't want them to care about me anymore." That's when I stopped waiting for their apologies. My father texted again, "Your mom can't sleep. She feels she's lost you. We know we messed up, but this isn't who you are." I stared at that last part. Maybe this is who I am, someone who finally knows what she won't accept. Olivia sent a voice memo, her tone calm but sharp. "Claire, it's sad. You act like Mia's everything, but you're using her as an excuse. When someone doesn't treat her perfectly, you shut them out. That's not parenting, it's unhealthy." I deleted it halfway through and blocked her number. If loving Mia fiercely is unhealthy in their eyes, then I'm guilty. I'll always protect the one who needs me most. New Year's was quiet. Mia fell asleep before midnight with a cookie in her hand. Nathan and I sipped tea, watched fireworks on mute. He asked, "Do you miss them?" I said, I miss who I thought they were, but that was never real. He took my hand and said nothing more. Then on a cold Thursday, my parents showed up unannounced, my mother clutching a container of sugar cookies, her classic recipe, soft centers, crisp edges, like when I was a kid. "Claire," she said, smiling tightly, "we thought we'd drop by." My father added, "Can we come in?" I said, "No." My mother pushed the cookies toward me. "We just want to talk. Things got tense, but we're family." I didn't take them. She pressed, "You don't have to act like this. Parenting a teenager is hard, but pushing us away?" My father chimed in, "We gave you space, but you're throwing away your real family for a girl who'll leave soon." My stomach twisted. My mother added softly, "She's 17. She'll be gone to college, and then what?" "You'll be alone." Then she said it. "Claire, I'm sorry, but she's not really ours." Not blood. She said it like it was a kindness, like I'd agree. I took a breath. "Leave. Now." My father blinked. "Claire." I cut him off. "You don't get to come here with cookies and act like this is love. You don't get to insult my daughter and expect a hug. Leave." My mother snapped, "You'll regret this when she moves on and forgets you." I shut the door, locked it, and waited until their footsteps faded. I told Mia the next day. I've never lied to her about important things. She sat still as I recounted their words. That she'd leave, that she wasn't blood, that I'd come crawling back. Her hands clenched, shoulders stiff. "They think I'll abandon you," she said. "No," I replied. "They want me to need them again." She nodded. "They don't get to want things about me." I thought that was it, but a week later my cousin Emma forwarded an email Hannah sent to the extended family. It was long, bitter, and sly, claiming I'd abandoned them for a girl who'd wedged her way into my life and turned me against everyone. It called Mia difficult, cold, ungrateful, and said my protectiveness was obsessive. It worked. People reached out. Aunt Margaret asked if I was okay. Uncle David called Nathan, wondering if I was unraveling. My cousin Sophie commented on Mia's art post. "You're so lucky. Don't forget who gave you a home." Mia saw it. That was enough. I didn't argue back. I compiled evidence, screenshots, texts, photos, every ignored invitation, every slight. I wrote a calm, factual letter and sent it to the extended family with the subject, "The truth, if you want it." I didn't ask for loyalty or apologies. I did it for Mia, so she'd never doubt her reality. So she'd never ask again if they'd love her more if she were blood. I blocked anyone who tried to argue, anyone who said, "Just talk it out," anyone who thought keeping peace mattered more than protecting a child from cruelty dressed as tradition. We haven't heard from them since. I'm sure they still talk about us, probably at gatherings, calling me dramatic. Mia ungrateful. Let them. They lost the right to know her. Fast forward, Mia's in college now, thriving in her art program. She calls me every night, not out of duty but habit. She sends photos of her drawings, sometimes asking for feedback, sometimes just to say goodnight. When I dropped her off at her dorm, she hugged me tightly and said, "I'm not going anywhere." Maybe she meant physically, but I knew what she meant. People say you can't choose your family. I did. I chose Mia. Over blood, guilt, and years of conditioned silence. If they think I'll come back someday, they can keep waiting. Sometimes I think of that moment on the porch, my mother holding those cookies like they could erase years of neglect. Sometimes I wonder if I was too harsh, if I should have tried harder, stayed quieter. But then I remember Mia's face when I said, "They don't get to treat you like that." I remember her hug before college. I remember the promise I made her, one no one made me when I was young. "I'll always choose you." Do you think I did the right thing? Thank you for reading and diving into this messy family saga. If you enjoy stories like this, consider subscribing and turning on notifications for more.